Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. I'm going to do a reading on Liz Cheney. A comment came up in the comment section asking about her. And she was recently in the news saying that the problem with American politics is that we're electing idiots. Girl, amen. I'm just reading this article from The Hill. Look, is quoting her, I think the country right now faces a hugely challenging and fundamentally important issues. What we've done in our politics is create a situation where we are electing idiots. I don't look at it through the lens of, is this something I should do or I shouldn't do when asked about if she's going to run against Donald Trump. She looks at it through the lens of, how do we elect serious people? And I think electing serious people can't be partisan. Because of the situation we're in, where we have a major party candidate who's trying to unravel our democracy, and I don't say that lightly, we have to think about, all right, what kinds of alliances are necessary to defeat him? And those are alliances that we've got to build across party lines. And she ends it by saying, I really believe, and I've never believed something as strongly as I know this, not as I believe this, as I know this, that the single most important thing for this country is Donald Trump can never be anywhere near the Oval Office again. Amen. And God bless Liz Cheney. Now, I will certainly go on record and say I saw Liz Cheney's voting record. I would not agree with her on much of anything when it comes to politics. But I will not doubt her patriotism to the country. I do not doubt that that woman has a stainless steel spine, unlike, say, almost every other GOP member in Congress. Her and Adam Kinzinger pretty much are an N of two, as near as I can tell. She might be painted as a rhino or a never Trumper or something like that. But really what it is she doesn't want somebody who's trying to subvert democracy in a position of power in this country. And I'm glad that she is saying that this has to be a bipartisan solution to remove Trump. And basically, what she's not saying, but is saying is that, and to basically get rid of MAGA and, white nationalist extremists in this country. This can't be just Democrats doing it. It has to be Democrats and Republicans doing this. For me, for my part, I think Liz Cheney is a true patriot to this country. We have our opinions about her father, but she is not her father, although they are cut from the same cloth in many ways, I'm sure. But I absolutely respect her. And the Democrats could learn a lot from Liz Cheney about being tough and holding people's feet to the fire. Democrats tend to be very gentle and, a little bit adverse to holding people accountable. She's got no problem with that. She's gotten spades. And again, Democrats really could learn from Republicans on how to do that, because that would be a great growing tool and it helps set up healthy boundaries. So I want to ask about Liz Cheney on her thoughts of running for 2024 and political futures for her. For entertainment purposes only. Okay, so Liz Cheney, what is your current political ideology or thoughts, especially coming to the 2024 elections? Okay, she understands the value of the elections and the importance of this upcoming election. Again, a motherly figure, understanding the value of what's sitting in her lap. Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very practical and finds uses for lots of things. What's crossing that? Sword of Justice. So she values this country and its elections, but she also knows this is a time for warriors. This is not a time to sit back and, fret. This is a time where the warriors strap on their armor, pick up their arms, and they go to war. Because they're fighting for the very country and the ideals that are with them. Not only for themselves, but for future generations. In the past, we've got the Ten of Swords. This is her being primaried and losing her seat in the House of Representatives. She was a dyed-in-the-wool conservative. There is no doubt about that. She was the number 3 member of the Republican Party. And because she did not kiss the ring of Donald Trump and voted to have him impeached because, or voted to have him expelled from office during the impeachment trials. Or no, she voted to have him impeached. I'm sorry. She's in the House, not the Senate. She lost her House position. She was primaried by a more extreme candidate that Trump went in there and made sure had plenty of funding to knock her out. What is she doing now? She's working. She's reinventing herself. She's working, and she's working at the things that she finds value in. This is not, again, I don't agree with Liz Cheney's political policies or anything along those lines, but this is not a woman you want to be on the bad side of. You don't want to cross her. She's armed and loaded for bear. Overarching energy is that Nine of Wands. I think she understands the country is still near the precipice, and we can't let our guard down. We need to keep fighting. We need to catch our collective breath and that big push that's coming in 2024 with the elections. Interesting. I know she doesn't buy into this whole stolen elections thing, but I think one of the things that she is considering, she will consider a run for the presidency if she thinks she can slough votes away from Trump, especially in swing states. If she can grab 5%, 10% of those votes, Trump is toast. Or whoever that GOP candidate is, if the GOP candidate's another MAGA-like candidate like DeSantis, she will consider doing that because in her mind, Trump cannot be allowed near the White House again. And if that's what she has to do to prevent him from getting in there, that, by golly, that is what she will do. She will be kingmaker on that one. Outcome, she's weighing her options. She's weighing what her next steps are going to be. I know she wants to maintain political activeness, and she's got her plans for the future. Right now, she's under a lot of stress, probably, again, because she knows a lot of what's going on because of her position in January 6th, and she sees what the Republican Party is doing or is not doing, as the case may be. And it's a really anxious times for her, and she will do what is necessary to prevent the continued election of idiots. But what a quote. Okay. So, on the short term, yeah, she's a woman of her word. She will work against Trump however that looks. And if she has to steal votes away from him, by golly, that's what she's going to do. She won't be real proud of it. Or, not real proud. She'll be quite proud of it if it prevents Trump from getting in. It's not how she wants to do it. She would rather the Republican Party pull away from Trump and MAGA, nominate a traditional conservative, and she would throw her support behind that person. That's what she would like. I don't think she's going to get what she likes. At least it's not appearing that way right now. Now, me personally, I don't really want to see her as president because, again, I don't agree with her politics. But can you imagine Liz Cheney as your Secretary of State? Putin? Liz, set Liz to kill. There's Putin. Go get him. Oh, that's a popcorn moment, isn't it? Oh, she would savage him. I'm there for that. Oh, gosh. Just throw it out there. Strong women are sexy. And she's got a lot of strength here. Oh, I get such an evil thought of just Liz Cheney just shredding Putin or some other male leader who thinks he's all that in a bag of chips and is going to put this woman in place. Oh, Lordy, you have no idea what you're up against. Again, this is not the person you want to be on the wrong side of. You know, there's that offer. There's going to be an offer to her. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised for a second if the Biden administration doesn't offer her some high-level position in the government. Biden's like that. He is definitely like that. She may not take it, but if the Republican Party is going to shun her like they did, and there's the Queen of Swords, that's a political thing for her to decide. And and she's savvy enough to understand that, right? It's get a Secretary of State under your belt. That's a lot of political credit to your advantage that could be used later on. All right, what's Liz's political future? What does she want as far as a political future? Come on now, let's see what Liz Cheney's got going on in the future here. Temperance. Okay. I think, again, she's contemplating what she wants to do to integrate into that. But I also think I still think offers are going to come into her, and she's going to consider them. That's my Supreme Court Justice card. I don't know if they would put her on the Supreme Court, and she is a lawyer, so she at least has that background. I think she would be a conservative Supreme Court justice who would probably be fair. Hold your breath on that one. Fair and balanced, and would balance out the liberal judges on that one. I'll tell you what. Any of the current conservative judges on that court, I would trade any of them to put Liz Cheney in their place. How about that? So if there was another conservative to be added to the court and Liz Cheney was it, I'm okay with that. But I think this is temperance, and I think this is offers coming in. What do I want to do with my life? When I grow up, what do I want to be? This card was on the bottom of the deck, and I kind of shuffled it through, but here it pops up on the top. Okay, so she was the number 3 Republican in the House, and she basically had that position stolen from her. I think Liz Stefanik from New York currently has that position. But basically, because she had morals and values and ethics, MAGA came in, led by Russia because they're linked, came in and stole her thunder right out from underneath her. Current situation is she's looking for that new party, that new way of doing things. There's been talk that the Republican Party may reform itself. If it can't get rid of MAGA, then the Republican Party has to become something else. The Lincoln Party or something along those lines. And she would be a leader in that new conservative party that comes in. But I also think this is her desire to return back to a time where the red hats and the blue hats actually worked together for the betterment of America. Don't doubt that this woman actually wants bipartisanship. Don't doubt that she can't compromise. As I think she can. She hasn't had to because of the way the Republicans have conducted themselves, and it worked for getting conservative values through when you were a minority party. But I think she is really understanding and has her eyes open to just how bad it is when a minority party is ruling like a bunch of dictators. Overarching energy is waiting for her ship to come in. So, waiting for that opportunity or to see what those opportunities are that come her way as she's working in. Again, this could be bipartisan work. Again, it could be Supreme Court. This could also, again, be I could also see her as like an ambassador. This is a card that usually can be overseas. Excuse me, I couldn't get to pause. Okay, so we haven't. The 3 of Wands can be a card of overseas, waiting for your ship to come in, and it's waiting for that next step to happen. And then we get the World card. It also wouldn't surprise me if Biden offered her, ambassadorship to the UN or to to England or, some other country to have her as an ambassador. I think she would be absolutely fantastic in a role like that because she's strong and she's determined. She has a strong moral compass, and you just tell her what you want, she's gonna get it done. There will be a lot of offers that will come her way, and she needs to be integral with her choices and take the choices that are going to be best for her and her future. You've got to take everything into account. You could be the lead of your own party, but if the party never gets more than 10% of the vote, what good was it? Or, you could take a position with the Biden administration, but then you have to weigh, is that going to undercut you if you were going to form a new political party? Or does taking that position strengthen your message of bipartisanship underneath there? But again, underneath there is the Ace of Swords. If there was ever somebody on the Republican side that is an absolute warrior and a crusader, this woman is it. She's the real deal. Again, we can say what we like about Dick Cheney. Liz Cheney is her own person. And honestly, to be really honest, she's a true American and a patriot. I don't like her politics, but I want her on my side. All right, so God bless Liz Cheney. And the Republican Party could stand to have a whole lot more women and members just like her and a leadership just like her. And the Democrats could certainly learn a few things from her on how to conduct themselves so that they're not just the doormat for whoever's going to bully them around, because that's kind of a thing. All right. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it gave you some interesting insights to somebody who we might otherwise vilify at a drop of a hat. But as much as when people say there are no good Republicans, there are. We may not agree with them politically, but there are some good ones out there. And we've got to accept that, sometimes people, it's not that they don't want to change, they just don't want the change as quickly as we want it or to the magnitude that we want it. But if you can get these people on board with you, again, Liz Cheney is a driver. She will get things done. And ultimately, if you've got pie in the sky dreams, but you have nobody to drive that ship, it doesn't do you any good. That's why you need conservatives. Conservatives are great at organizing things and driving it home. They are absolute drivers. They're absolute workhorses, and you need that. You need the thought. You need the thinkers and the workers. All right. I've repeated myself long enough. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate your support on this, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.